Hello. We're back with some Snipes X-Wing, and we have Molfar versus Wonny. King's Gambit has already won this week. That is who Wonny plays for. And we are going to see if Molfar can bring a single win for the Gamblers. Molfar is playing Republic, and he has Anakin Skywalker with Brilliant Evasion, HLC, R4 Astromech, and Targeting Computer. Sicko with Barrage and Agile Gunner. And then he has Contrail, R4 and Protons, the SL Standard Click, and Stub with Shield Upgrade. Wonny is bringing a pretty cool list in my opinion. It is Jewel with Feedback, Prime Thrusters, Homing Missiles, and Bomblet Generator with Delayed Fuses. Then two of these guys, the 709 Legion Aces, with Feedback Ping, First Order Tech, and Biohex Crypt Codes. Then he has Nightfall with Deadeye Shot, Cluster Missiles, DT, Sensor Scramblers, and Munitions Failsafe. It looks like he didn't start with the cloak, but not sure if that was intentional. Then he has finally First Order Courier with Biohex codes and Sensor Boy suits, Captain Phasma, and Tactical Officer. The boys are placed on the biggest rocks in the middle of the board to make it tough for Molfar to avoid them. And let me post that I went live in Discord real quick. And I will do it on the NCX website as well. There we go. Everything should be set up properly. Yeah, the ships are fun. I don't remember what he said he did exactly with them, but he put them through some software and made them. I think it might have been an AI software, but they look pretty cool overall. I especially like the bombers. Just overall nice color scheme. And then this guy over here is really nice. Very royal looking. ChatGPT? Okay. I mean, just like AI if you want, but it still did a good job with them, so. Annie with the first shot of the game, 4 dice into this poor Nightfall. Does evade it. We'll get lucky and evade it. Next shot is from Contrail into the red 709 Legion Ace. He will be okay, most likely. No, he takes a shield. Shouldn't have said anything, that's my fault. We are going to see if the ship icons can't be fixed. Yeah, that just makes them too big. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Hit crit going into Annie, and he does evade it. 2 evades. Back a Contrail for 1 hit. Also evaded. Okay, so that does seem pretty simple. Stub will see if he can't kill the boy. Does get 3 hits. Ooh, it does live. Will be on 1 health. We'll shoot at the far boy now. For nothing. And then the lat will finally see if he can't just kill this thing. Or did he not roll? Oh, okay, he was just taking his time. 1 hit. And evaded. It looks like they're on chance engagement, so let me fix that as well. Yes, these ships do have biohex, Andre. So they can get coordinated or jam from locks. Like if Nightfall were to lock Annie here and then do a 5 straight, even if he's not in range 1 of Annie, he can still just jam him. Because he would have biohex. Now, Nightfall doesn't actually have it, but like for the 709 Legion Aces, they can. It's a cool little ability he put on them. I like it. And he did it through the gunner that gives the reload lock, even though they have nothing to reload. Yeah, it is a pretty cool list idea. I actually played him recently, and he was flying a very similar thing. The difference is I believe he had Whirlwind, not Nightfall, if I'm remembering right. Maybe he had Nightfall. But every time I moved, it was just jam. Whether or not I was near them, it was just jam, jam, jam. The only reason why it even worked out for me at all was I was playing a very token-heavy CIS list, so you just couldn't jam quite all of it off. But it's surprisingly, like, very deceptively strong. Especially if your lists rely on tokens. Yeah, because the boy didn't die, I think it'll be really good for that red ace and green. Being I4 is a nice sweet spot for the initiative too, where you're enough of an ace you can pretty much kill whatever, but not too low of an ace either. That you can't still block I6s and I5s. Hey, Chris. The only thing for FO is he might not have anybody in center this turn. The only one that might be able to go there is Nightfall. We did also see the jam from the courier with the biohex codes. I don't know that the 3 hard will go over Annie like the template, but it'll definitely go past him and get him in center, which is what he needs here. Annie, if I had to guess, Annie's going to either 4K or he's going to do the purple talon roll to the right. Here we see Click reaching out for some locks. That's not just you, I don't think. It doesn't look too blurry for me, but it definitely has some issues. I haven't gotten it to fit my resolution properly yet. It wants to like try and strangle the center of the stream rather than that sit on the outside nicely. So it's something I need to figure out in the future. Tried the 2 hard and got blocked by Annie. Here, I can try and change the font. Maybe that would help. Maybe this will help. I don't know. Jewel did the 1 straight. And we're seeing this ace go super quickly. I would be very surprised if we don't see a boost rotate, even if it's just straight. I think it's the safest decision. They have boost rotate, right? Yeah. But the last place I would want to sit is without a token. Okay. Chooses to lock. Or focus jam, I mean. I think if you're in this position, you boost jam onto contrail. Jammed contrail, which contrail doesn't care. He flew straight past and will boost. Nobody is at range 2 center. And Annie is not in range of that buoy when he completed his maneuver. Does the roll. Looks like Annie and Contrail are just going to try and bully this shuttle to death. We'll take 1 shield. Range 3 into green. 2 hits. should be rolling 4 dice, I believe, unless he's using his click ability. Yep, he is. So we'll take the 2 shields on green. Green dice are not being the kindest to Wonny so far. Just out of bullseye, so range 2 into the lat. For 2 hits. And it gets the natty evade. Does get a reroll with the lock, doesn't matter, and the lat will take 2 more. The lat does get to shoot now. Honestly, just shoot range 1. Chooses to go for range 2, does get 2 hits. Now you feel pretty happy about shooting him. And he'll roll 3 more blanks. That is half points on green, and he's down to 1. The shuttle will engage now, and it's going to grab a lock on somebody through the buoy. See, I'm not sure about locking Annie, because he has all the force he needs, and he can just evade. Or, I mean, I don't know. I guess he doesn't evade if he's jammed next turn, but he has Predator and 2 force. We'll have 3 force. So I don't think, even if you jam him, it's doing anything. The lat will Agile Gunner rotate? Yep. And then we'll get 4 points for Republic. Your FO, you're in a little bit of a tough spot because green has to leave now since he's on 1 HP. And Sicko can just do a side slip to the left. He can do like a 2 or 3 hard side slip and just end up over here with his turret facing you still. And I'm not sure what you do about it. Because you can't block him and you need to just leave, kinda. Stub is going to go up after this shuttle as well, I think, and Click might be the only one turning in on these aces. As for what Republic does, I think they just all turn in on the shuttle. You do the side slip with the lat and call it a day. Really, if the lat wants to, it could just stop or do a. I don't know that it has a 5 straight, but it could definitely do a 4K. I don't know that that's what you want to do though, but wouldn't be bad still. Republic will be first player. Jewel will do a boost in. Yeah, there's no point in dropping a bomb. Anakin's not going to be there. Might be debating a boost. I don't know why you would. Maybe he wants to boost into a 1 hard and catch FO off guard. I just think that it would be easier to go after the shuttle, potentially. But we are going to see the 2 hard side slip by Sicko, and he'll take the stress focus and the strain. The shuttle will 3 bank, jam Anakin. Yeah, homing missiles would be pretty cool. I don't know that he'll be able to get a shot unless he did a 1 bank. And even then, depending on what Annie did, he could potentially roll out of the arc. Really, the sad thing about... Oh, we saw Stub K-turn instead of going after the shuttle. I'm really surprised that nothing is choosing to chase that shuttle. Like, that is a really easy kill and 9 points. Yeah, so Jewel did that. She won't have Annie an arc. Nightfall, on the other hand, definitely will. The boost fits as well straight. I think it's worth doing. Boost jam Anakin. Not really a need to boost. Oh, never mind. He's still stressed. So you just sit there. You're fine with that, though. I think if you're the red ship, you boost rotate or focus rotate. The reason why you would boost is to get out of the lat reroll and the turret arc. And maybe even your friends, depending on where he went. Yeah. Focus rotate for green, definitely. Should only be potentially getting shot by stub. No way you jam, right? Yeah. You want to be able to shoot something. Contrail will go after the shuttle. Target lock boost, or boost lock. And Anakin did the one hard. Not in Jules' arc. Will be in Nightfalls, but it's range 2 behind a rock. Red will also get a lock onto Annie from the buoy. Ooh, tried the roll, doesn't quite fit. It's whatever. It couldn't take an action anyways that was meaningful, so. Yeah, the Jewel Hard I thought might fit, but that would be calling that Annie was going to go that way, which I'm pretty sure he thought Anakin was just going to go after his shuttle. That will be hit crit into the shuttle though. And it is a weapons failure. Anakin likes that. You're going to see Jewel shoot something. Homing missiles is range 2 to 3, so could roll the dice at stub, or he could just choose to roll, take the one shield. Or not spend it and only roll 2. I don't know that I understand that decision. It was better just to guarantee damage, most likely. Somehow click is strained. I'm not sure what that's from. Next will be Nightfall into Anakin. Two crits. Annie says he's fine. Ah, you're right. Born for this. Spends the lock again. Doesn't get any result from the reroll. You might as well spend your focus. Well, maybe you don't. Stub does have you an arc. You haven't been rolling anything on defense. At least not natural evades. Lat will get the natty evade. Red will now shoot at the lat for 1 hit. And it will take 1 more. See, I'd almost want to still shoot at green just because he's on 1 HP. But if you roll 2 blanks, there's not much you can do. Finally, we will see the lat roll. Nope. Shuttle gets to shoot first, I think. Somebody does. Is the shuttle in I2 or I3? I2. So Sicko will get to shoot first with a barrage rocket into red. I'm not sure how Sicko took another damage. I don't know. Whatever. Does get 2 hits into red. Red has no focus, so he will take 2 more, and that will be half on him. Two for each for center. And we're going to watch this shuttle shoot a single dice at Anakin. No hits. Does have the lock. Could spend it. Chooses not to. $16 to 8, and we will see an agile gunner rotate from the lat. Yeah, this is very sad for Wonny that those aces haven't rolled too many evades, but based on their positioning now, I don't know that there's any way you can keep either of them alive this next turn if Molfar positions himself right. Because Stub can do an odd maneuver and move up to try and kill one. Or even do an even and still get lat rerolls. The lat can just bump stress focus again and get another barrage rocket. And Anakin will likely boost into something to try and block up Nightfall or Jewel. Not to mention this shuttle is getting chased down by Contrail and has a weapons failure, so it can't do a whole lot. It's a little bit of a sad ship currently. On round 3 with 40 minutes left, so I'd say probably about average speed for X-Wing currently. Not too slow, not too fast.
I'd guess this game will go to round 7.
Really, the boys are doing a lot of work for this FO list. It's just sad he hasn't been able to capitalize off of any of them. Both times he's taken the lock off of it and then rerolled with his red dice with the lock. It's been blanks to blanks. And he's been so close to the ships that it's not like he's jamming them from afar either. See a boost away. And a bomb drop. Puts a fuse on it. I don't know about that one. I don't know who's going to be there in this coming turn to get hit by it other than maybe the shuttle. Annie will do the roll. And the one straight from the lat, I think. Does take the stress focus. And will assign the sickening maneuver. Rebanked by the shuttle. And see, now I think you're just going to bomb him. He's either going to have to stop, or you just accidentally bombed him this next turn. Is going to jam Anakin again, which I don't think he cares about. Two straight from the Z95. We'll get locks for red and green onto stub. $2K from click. See, I'm surprised she did that instead of just doing a one straight. Because Nightfall could have gotten out of there anyways. It's not like you would be blocking him. And that way you would have a flank on some of these Republic ships. Not sure what they're exactly debating with that. But we do see the one hard by the 104 ace. He will focus jam off the focus of stub. Prime thruster, okay. So if you barrel roll, you are most likely not getting out of his arc. You might. Like, it's very close. You might get out of his arc. But if nothing else, you can jam Sicko and stop him from getting the shot on 709 Legion Ace with the barrage rocket. Yep. Jams off the focus. Then Nightfall will 5 straight. And I do like the barrel roll into jam here, because you will get a bullseye shot. And maybe even block Anakin. Chooses to take the lock instead. Interestingly, just a 1 heart from Contrail. Does have R4 to make it blue. Just takes the focus, and Anakin will 3 straight. Yeah, you wish you rolled now, because now Anakin is able to just boost forward. And he'll get a really nice shot onto Jewel. There's absolutely no reason to keep Annie there, because he'd be getting shot twice potentially, but this is a good move. I think he's looking at Anakin's ability, but he already completed his action. Does remove a red token as well. Ooh. Does get a lat reroll, maybe? No, just spending the force. And Joel will take all of it. It's half points on Joel. Contrail will almost certainly just keep going into this poor shuttle. For 2 hits after spending the focus. It'll take 2 more damage. Down to 3. Might have, or no, down to 2. Two dice at the ace. We'll use a lat reroll to see if he can't get it better. Just 1 hit. Gets 2 evades. Now we see if FO can't take out stub. This will be 4 dice. Should be 4 dice. Unless he's clicking it. Yeah, he clicked it, okay. Uses his lock. Keeps rolling blanks into blanks. We'll take both on stub. You gotta shoot range 1. Pray you get lucky. saying that he gets rerolls with the DT gunner. Yeah, I think it was a mistake not to take the focus jam if you were going to use other people's rerolls. Does get the damage through still. 1 hit. Into stub. Will be half points. I have him at... yeah. Shooting at the lat. Ooh, 3 crits. Ouch. Does still get the natty evade, but still 2 crits. Full breach into fuel leak. Ooh, he's lucky that third one didn't go through. He's so lucky. Range 1 into Anakin. 2 hits. Does have a lock. Will reroll. And... oh, it wanted that crit. Anakin will be fine. Finally, Stub will get to shoot. Range 1 into this red. Does have another lat reroll. We'll use it. Not much better. Hey, he's fine as well. Now, if you're this bomber, you probably still just shoot at red. 1 hit. And have to spend the focus, but he will live and be fine. This shuttle should be allowed to shoot. They might be forgetting it. Oh, he got to it. Okay. That's good. It does only have 1 dice. And it will continue not rolling anything with that 1 dice. But it should still get to shoot that 1 dice. Two points each for center. It wasn't an amazing round for FO. They at least damaged some stuff, and the lat is really close to dying now. But Anakin's still full HP. He's going to be able to avoid these bombs. I don't really know what you do. Plus that shuttle has to stop here, or it's going to hit his own bomblet. And he's only on 2 HP, so he could just kill himself. And if he does sit there, Contrail has a lock, and he'll just focus behind him and have a range 1 shot. And probably kill him anyways. So you're in a really tough position if you're in FO's shoes.
Does look like we're just about ready. All their dials are set, so I'm not sure what they're waiting on. There we go. Molfar will continue being first player. We'll still do the boost because he does have prime thrusters. And because he did the boost, he's going to use Drill's ability and remove the stress. Which is a really cool ability. Well, with prime thrusters, that is. And then he's going to drop the bomb behind as well for Anakin. So here, have this. We do see the side slip from the lat. Yeah, who doesn't want a piece of the pie? I'm sure the bomblet's not bad or anything. It's only friendly, you know? Stub will eat this bomb unless he rolls. I think it would make sense to just roll to the right, no? Oh, he bumped. Okay, so he can't. It's hard to see, but Stub did bump. We'll give the FO ships locks as well. Biohex code's doing work this game. Like, you have a lock on red, so you don't need to worry about that. You should just focus here. Depending on what red's doing too, he could get a lock on him. Chooses not to though. And you just barrel roll into a jam. You're fine. Might be a very dead lat this turn. I mean, just jam the lat, right? Nope, chooses to jam Stub. Even though he's not in range of Stub, he can jam him with the biohex codes. Feedback pings, what's doing some of the work. Yeah. Nightfall will turn in. And unless you're blocking red, you just focus jam click here. And this is the real power of the list, is just being able to nerf everybody. We haven't really gotten to see any lists sort of like this since Crispy stopped flying a bunch of the jamming ships when you couldn't bring the bombers with them with chaff. At least if I'm remembering correctly, that's when we stopped seeing them. Did bump, did not hit the rock, just barely. As well as stress focus. Jewel did not bump either, and here, just for you, Charlie, we get these nice Chat GPT skins. I mean, honestly, they still look really, really cool. Can't fault him for it. Just overlays the ship really nicely. You got these guys. Nice little crown engines on their side. Right where their gun is. And he did the one bank with Contrail, which is white now because of R4, and we'll take the focus. Anakin will 3 hard. I mean, I wouldn't want to sit there. You haven't boosted yet. I don't know that that boost left fits. But I would definitely do the barrel roll. Get out of potentially bullseye, but definitely the bomb. It's okay, Charlie. You can always just you know, just make it yourself. Otherwise I'll make it for you, you know? You and your overlaying textures and then do the fine print details. We'll have to roll for this boy, and it does die. Goodbye, boy. I will say Anakin chose to sit in this bomb up north. This could be a dead Z95 and a dead Annie. Well, okay, Z95 is fine. Annie takes 1. He was really lucky. He was really lucky. Yeah, I mean, you don't spend anything there. Or you do. 1 hit into green. Gets the evade. We'll get to live. Range 1 in from contrail into this shuttle. We can zoom close in on this while he spins his lock. For hit, crit. The shuttle will die. Sad, slow death. Depending on how this next 2 shots go, Annie could die here. It's unlikely, but he could die if this green gets a good bullseye shot. This is click shot into Nightfall. Still has the focus. No way you spend. You're on average only doing 2 damage. There's no point in spending. Uses the lat reroll, gets the 3rd hit. Nightfall will choose to take both. Ooh, if Anakin is not range 3 of Nightfall, though, he will get a cluster missiles. It's so close. Joel will shoot the lat. Ooh, that'll just be a dead lat. It's all hits. So this is the first one. Goes with this. You still flip it. Yep, there you go. This is the second one that's popping fuel leak, which is a direct. So this is still all the fuel leak, which is another direct, which is a hull breach, which he should take 1 more, I believe. Because the fuel leak triggers the direct, then this direct causes this direct, and this direct causes this direct, and he needs 1 more for the hull breach or the fuel leak hit. That is a very dead lat. Yeah, Desi. When it's late at night, at some point you just say fuck it, it's dead. It's not dead yet. Might have accidentally added points for Anakin. No, I'm not meaning late yet, but Anakin will evade that shot. Okay, so he is range 3, which is super, super lucky, because otherwise Nightfall was going to just annihilate him. Is a cluster. We'll get 3 hits. And that'll be a dead stub. He's gone. There we go. Fix the points. Oh, he's choosing to shoot out the back at Annie. Can he do it? Does not have a lock. Only 1 hit. Anakin's fine. But just like that, Anakin is by himself against a bunch of almost dead FO ships. Sure, you have Click, but Click can't really turn in unless he gets lucky on player order. And Contrail is going to need a turn to get back into the fight. And I don't know whose stress this is. I think it's the lat stress. Okay, so they had been keeping it there for DT. Yeah, Click into sleep, I suppose, but then he's stressed. Maybe you don't care, but green 709 Legion Ace or whatever they're called can just turn up that way and maybe get bullseye if you're unfortunate. Because I mean, if you're Annie, you can't really spend this force right here. This is your life. The single plip. You have to either 3 hard or do a 4K and just keep the stress because you know they're gonna jam you. Look, Annie's lightsaber doesn't work when he's in a spaceship trying not to blow up. At that point, it's just the force keeping him alive. And his supposedly good flying power. You know, he's supposedly a good pilot, but we've seen him crash quite a bit. I think he's a liar, you know. He's not telling us the truth. Light on his resume. Click will bump. If Anakin did a 3 hard right, he should be able to get there. And then now you just have to hope this Click doesn't get jammed. They did. Ooh, what they did forget was they did forget to grab blocks onto click. That was a missed trigger. Yeah, he gets shot down by Grievous, flies into Buzz Droids. Whenever he was in that other ship that they stole from fighting Ventress in that movie Clone Wars thing, yeah, that also gets shot down. Whatever the Jedi ship, yeah, the Twilight. They were also in a Jedi ship at some point. I think it was the one Ahsoka was in her show. I believe he gets shot down in that, and then they have to go into those big bouncy boingy things that look like the beach balls that you go on the water with behind a boat. Takes a lock onto Annie. I might have boost focused because now you're just going to get shot up from the butt. Although you do want to be range 2 of the objective, so I don't blame him. Yeah. That is another thing he crashed, if we're being honest. Ooh, and now we're going to see 2 locks onto Anakin. 3 locks onto Anakin, actually. But this is going to be a homing missile at Anakin from Jewel. And I don't think he's going to choose to take it. I mean, if you're Annie, you have to boost. Right? There's no point in doing anything else. Yeah, I mean, I guess that works. But if you boosted, you would have gotten a range 1. What other times does Anakin get shot down in his ships? I feel like his Venators get beat up quite a bit, to be fair. Two hits going into Nightfall. We'll get out of it. Yeah, like the 1-2 when he was fighting Boba Fett, that Boba Fett sabotages into the ground as well. That's another time he crashes. No, I don't think he rolled out of range because this is range 2 to 3. It's a homing missile, not the torpedo one. Oh, born for this. Well, I mean, when you roll 2 blanks, at least you have the lock. Still only gets 1. Jeez, these locks have been bad. I don't know that I would consider that flying. That sounds more like he was jumping and got sliced into 3 pieces and then fell in the lava. Unless you're talking about something else, and I don't remember that one. Somehow he's at 34 points. I must have missed a round. Not sure how all these points are adding up, but they're adding up. Hey, we might have been underestimating his power, but he showed us that he didn't have the power when he lost 3 of his limbs. The only time Obi-Wan lost to Vader was when he chose to lose. So Obi-Wan was really the real chosen one. Obi-Wan just deemed Vader at the end really that he wasn't good enough and he had to go for his son instead. Joel will do the boost thing again and remove the stress, and I'd assume we will see a 4 straight and another homing missile. Anakin might be one harding in. That's the only reason why I think you roll there. Which is scary, because if I'm the 7 Legion Ace, I'm one harding? Oh, why would you go that way? You could have blocked Annie. We'll still jam him. If Annie just did a 5 straight now, he just sits right next to you instead of getting shot. If you turn the other way, you could have still focus jammed. And kept your lock. Green Ace turns away. Boost into a jam on himself. I don't hate that. Surprised we're turning that way and not in. You barrel roll jam. Yeah, I don't like that move at all. I mean, I guess you have to stay in center, but I think what you should do here is you should barrel roll this way and lock Anakin. Because if Anakin does that one hard, you're dead. Come on, do it. Link the roll. It's right here. Barrel roll into lock. Nice. Good move. Gets the block on Click, which means Click won't be able to help Anakin most likely. 3 straight by contrail. This'll be bad. Did he not jam himself? He didn't jam himself. Anakin did try to do the one hard. Fair point, Ponderous. So this is really bad for Nightfall because he didn't jam himself. I don't know why he didn't jam himself. Oh, maybe he had a lock out there somewhere. Maybe he would have accidentally jammed his own lock. That would make sense. No hits from Annie, range 0. Into Nightfall. If Nightfall dies, he can lose Anakin and still win the game. And that's a great roll to begin it with. Gets one more. Uh-oh, Nightfall. Nightfall, no! 2 dice at Annie. Doesn't have the lock. Chose to use it to jam. Will still die. But it's not enough. He needed Nightfall to live. Oh, that was so close. So we'll end 40 to 50. Yep, it did, Desi, you're right. I'm surprised Annie didn't just one hard in. I thought that's what he was going to do. Would have still had the force, and if best case scenario, they would have gone past you and you just roll away. And that will be game 7. Molfar will bring home the only win for his team this week. But I guess it's good for tiebreakers and his own ego. But with that, that'll be the game, and I will see you all later.